The narcissistic desire to, blow through your boundaries is something I think we often attribute to their personality disorder. Narcissism is a personality, excuse me, I can't speak, disorder, along with like borderline personality disorder and stuff like that. I'm not a psychologist. I won't pretend to be. I've read up a little bit on it. So, these are personality disorders, and they often come with that type of behavior, antisocial behavior, no acknowledgement of the feelings of other people. And so I think we just think of it as happenstance, as it happens just as a result of that, you know. But I feel, having observed narcissistic behavior for decades in many people, and having been the type of person that draws narcissists to me, uh, because of whatever reason, right? I've encountered many of them, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not just about, this feature of their disorder, it's also a very intentional plan. It's an intentional plan to make you what they want you to be. See, narcissists don't like people who are solid within themselves. Narcissists don't like people who keep their own counsel. Narcissists don't like people who know who they are. Narcissists like people who are malleable, moldable, like clay. They like that. Because at the core of a narc, he or she is an extremely weak person. And weak people have to control other people because they don't feel prepared to deal with anything that's off the beaten path, right? So if you're dealing with people and you're allowing people to be themselves, you might have something, unforeseen happen, be it positive or negative. They don't like that. They like a plan. They like to be in absolute control because, again, they don't have any confidence in their ability to handle a non scripted situation. They don't have it. They can't do it. So when they blow through your boundaries, like my narc mom, her big thing was to read my mail, go through my mail because I got grants in school because I did well in school. And the big thing was to check and see how much I got so that she could figure out how much she was going to get. Because, of course, I went to school, I did all the work, I wrote all the reports, I bought all the books, but I had to share that money with her on top of the money I was making at whatever little Mick job I had, bagging groceries or whatever. So I gave her that alongside with my money while she had a master's degree and was working at a very prestigious college. But that's neither here nor there, at least until she sued the place. That's always the story of the end of her employment. Um, but that was her thing, my mail, and then also talking to me when I was on the phone with people. Didn't matter if I was talking to a girlfriend, didn't matter if I was talking to a boss, didn't matter if I was talking to anyone. She needed to speak to me, and it didn't matter if I was in the middle of a sentence. She's gonna talk to me because what she was doing, in addition to getting supply out of seeing the negative response she would produce in me, was trying to break me down. She was trying to break me down. She was trying to teach me, no, it's all about me. It's all about me. And I suspect your narc was trying to do that to you. That's why it's not just a symptom of their evil and their bullshit and them having a twisted up brainstem or some shit, whatever the fuck is wrong with them. It's also a plan, because what you're gonna be if you allow them to go forward with this plan, and you just decide, okay, I can't fight anymore. It's like having boundaries with a narcissist is like holding up a fence, right? A fence that's not properly dug into the ground, trying to keep a wild tiger out, right? He's struggling to get in, and you're trying to hold that thing against all its weight and all its, force and power and strength while being scared. Eventually you're going to get tired. No matter how scared you are, eventually your body will give out and you will get tired, and that tiger will come in and rip you a new one, and that's going to be all she wrote for you. That's what the narcissist wants for you. They want to keep checking your defenses until you get so tired and you decide that the path of least resistance is the best possible option you have, because you can't hold up this fence anymore. You can't do it anymore. This is why I believe no contact is the best possible solution. Because this isn't something where you can point this behavior out to them. I'm being eaten alive out here, that's why I keep looking at my arms. These bugs are going after me. Right? When you go no contact, understand you're doing so because this person cannot change. It's not as though they're going to look at their behavior and take stock of their behavior and look at, oh, I see my behavior is negatively impacting this person, I should probably stop. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. In fact, the more negatively impacted you are, the more motivated they are to continue the assault, the onslaught, the attack. That will motivate them more. And what you can do at that point, while you're getting more down, is get out your crystal ball and look in it, because I can already tell you your future. You're going to be like one of these people I read about on Reddit, because I'm on all the estranged children, estranged adult child forums on Reddit, because it's just good to connect with community and to see that, hey, I'm not alone in this, right? And I would suggest that you guys do that as well. Sometimes it's good to know that somebody else shares your story, right? But what you're gonna be is one of these people. I read one story. This lady's like, I'm 76, my mom is 97, and she is still abusing me daily. Verbal abuse, financial abuse all through my adult life, and I'm still taking care of her. She refuses to go to a nursing home. And I read this story and it broke my heart, because I'm like, God damn, you're like 70 something and you're still putting up with this shit. You should be somewhere, it sounded like a nice lady. You should be somewhere, on a beach in Mexico, drinking a daiquiri with your feet up, with your girlfriends, enjoying retirement, enjoying your golden years, enjoying the last stretch of your life. You know what I'm saying? The other thought I had was, no 97-year-old is gonna fucking strong arm me. You're going to the nursing home. You're going to the nursing home. You can go to the nursing home, or maybe an accident happens. I don't know. I mean, a lot of things can happen to a 97-year-old, and I don't really think too many people would ask too many questions, because you're not going to abuse me my whole fucking life and then turn around and I'm what, just your slave? Okay, no, I don't think so. But her story broke my heart, but that'll be you. I bet you this woman, when she was younger and had her strength, probably was like, Mom, don't do that. Mom, don't say that to me. Mom, I can't afford to buy you that. Come on, Mom. Mom, I know the way to drive home. All the little peckings and the little, all that shit, she tried to stand up to it when she was young and strong. But the attacks kept coming. Because a narcissist is tireless in their evil. Evil is tireless. It's hard. That's why you ever notice how, like, the biggest bitches in the world you ever met live forever? Because evil is tireless, right? But I bet you this woman tried to stand up, and then pretty soon she realized, for my sanity, it's better for me to go along to get along. That's the saying. It's better for me to go along to get along, rather than fighting with this monster who only becomes a bigger monster when I give it any pushback, because now it's got supply. Now it can't be stopped. Now it's Godzilla crushing buildings. And she gave up. And here she is, 60 years later, damn near 60 years later, being treated like a child in her own house, punked by somebody who, couldn't even lift a paperclip if her life depended on it. That could be you. The boundaries thing is a very important thing. It is the last thing you have. It makes you who you are. It makes you an autonomous person. There's a reason why everybody says, well, you need 3 feet of space. Everybody is entitled to their 3 feet of space, or else shit gets aggressive. We don't like people encroaching on us like that. So why would you let somebody encroach on you here? No contact is the only thing to do, because again, these people are not going to self-reflect. They're not going to change. No contact is the way you fix that. I can't even think of any scenarios in which you would want to keep this person in your life. Now, people say, oh, people can change. I don't think narcs can. When I first started this channel, I gave a lot of latitude to the idea that, nobody's perfect. I'm far from perfect. Maybe a narc can change. But the more I study my own personal situations and some of the situations I've discussed with you guys, and the things I've read and the friends I have, and their lives and how they mirror my own, and I'm looking and all these narcs are playing from the same playbook, and you know, they're essentially a hive mind. They're the same people. They're one entity, a multi-peopled entity. You know, I don't think these people can be helped, and I don't think I want to be 76, tiptoeing around my own house with some fucking centurion sitting there, talking shit to me. That sounds like hell. I think I'd put myself in the nursing home just to get away from them. Now, actually, I think there would be an accident. There would definitely be an accident. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, understand the breaking down of your boundaries is deliberate. They want to turn you into something they can mold. In fact, I would say that's the reason why you are the scapegoat or the truth teller child, if you ever wanted to know. They probably saw that you would be the most difficult person to mold, and they knew they would have to work hard on you, and they resented that. They resented that. They may be tireless in their evil, but if any wild animal will take a free meal if it can get it.